Hey fam, it's me Aaron for Comic Show, and I have Oral here.
Hey everybody.
And we're going to talk about this week's comics. A lot of good ones. First, the big deal book that everyone's talking about.
It's the wedding of the half century.
It will be spoiled for you if you go on the internet. You know, there might be spoilers ahead, there might not be spoilers ahead, who knows. It's out now. It is The Wedding, and I assure you, there is a more or less A-list mutant wedding.
Yeah.
And it spins into a ongoing series.
True.
And it was very emotional. It was very emotional, and Ileana should have kept her fat mouth shut.
You know what? Magic is one of my favorite people, but you gotta
What the hell is wrong with her?
You gotta do your homegirl a solid. You gotta do your homegirl a solid.
What about her brother?
They
got a weird relationship.
It's kind of.
Anyway, there's a bagged variant that I opened. What's of trivia is the book is oversized and $4.99.
Yes.
And the cover of this variant says $4.99, but the bag itself that Marvel printed up says $3.99.
It does.
And they're not going to redo it because, you know, they just said make a sign.
The
make
book
a sign.
is $4.99. Don't try me.
And that's that cool cover. They dress pretty snazzy.
Up next, we've got Tony Stark Iron Man. It's Dan Slott's, foray into Iron Man.
Yes.
I really like this book. This book is really self-aware. Thumbing through it, if you were to skim through it, you'll get spoilers all throughout today. And you're like, oh, this villain shows up. I don't want that. I don't want this. But it actually knows what it's doing. It's a lot of fun, and give it a shot. I know some of you don't like Slott from Spider-Man. I think
But
Slott
what about how it ended? It ended so freaking strong.
I think Slott was a really awesome writer for Spider-Man. I love Superior Spider-Man. It's my favorite run of Spider-Man ever.
I love how it's called Tony Stark Iron Man. No confusion. It's not Dr. Doom. It's not Riri. It's Tony Stark, and the supporting cast is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And we could tell you the plot points and spoil it, and it still wouldn't sound that exciting, but it's greater than the sum of its parts. It's an impressive first issue. It sets the tone for what should be an amazing run.
Also, I like the person who shows up as a supporting cast, former Avenger.
Yes, L3. And this is Amazing Spider-Man 801, Dan Slott's final issue. His final issue wasn't 800. That tied up all his subplots. It was the crescendo of everything he was doing with the Red Goblin. This is his love letter to Spider-Man, his love letter to you if you love Spider-Man. You know, we all know Uncle Ben, but do you know Uncle Ken? Because, no, seriously.
Yes.
This made me cry. This literally made me cry. I was sitting on the couch reading it. I started crying. And my kids are sitting over their table. I just, you can't let them see you cry because, they're just kids.
Meanwhile, the kids are going, here goes Daddy's emotional breakdown for the week.
It was touching, and it's everything of what Spider-Man is, what he means to us, what he means to the average person in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Avengers.
Jason Aaron, he's killing it. This team is awesome. And if you were like, why is this Ghost Rider on the team? Why is Ghost Rider on the team to begin with? And why is it this like Hot Wheels Ghost Rider who has no experience? Why is he leading the way?
He's done things.
They make those same statements in here.
Yeah.
They feel that way too, at least some of the Avengers. At least Tony Stark makes a very dismissive comment that is similar to what I've seen on message boards. And I really dug this book. I like what he's doing. The last page made me go, oh crap, what is this? This is awesome. Let's go. This might be what was mentioned at the end of here. That was a, we know they mentioned Realm of Kings. Mm-hmm. They mention the Damnation, which we've already seen. They mentioned the Infinity Stones we've already seen. Then they mentioned something else.
The Final Host.
And this guy's name sounds like the beginning, like Alpha Omega.
Yeah.
So I think this is the first teaser of the big mega story that Jason Aaron's telling.
I would agree with that.
And finally, Infinity Countdown, Black Widow, one shot, exercised, and I loved it. I'm not even the biggest Black Widow fan, but I loved it.
Same, and I think it's a lot of fun. We see a character that we haven't seen in forever, and it's two characters that we haven't seen in forever. And seeing her get dropped into this world that's completely out of her depth, but still deal with it with such confidence and power is cool.
Yeah, it was a great single issue, and I'm ready to see her dovetail into the main plot.
Agreed.
Okay, moving on to DC. The best man, Number 49.
So good.
Last issue, you saw Joker and Batman in the church going at it. This issue is all Catwoman and Joker. And I don't know what the hell the ending means for next issue. I don't know what it means for the wedding, but god damn it, as soon as I can get my hands on a copy, I don't care if I have to like direct message Scott Snyder every day asking for, not Scott Snyder, Tom King every day asking for a PDF.
Please don't.
I will do it. I will
Please
do it.
don't.
I need this.
Can we have dignity?
I have other people that get PDFs that might be able to hook me up, and I have things that they might want. I mean, I can, but anyway, this Joker is, I just don't get it. I don't get it. He is seriously scaring me. He's like he doesn't do any Killing Joke type things, but is he driving them insane? Is he driving them insane in a single day, in a single hour, in a single whatever? You know, emotions are high with marriage and all that, and everything going on. And then Joker to the mix. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this. I can't tell you. I don't know. But I want to know. I want to know so bad.
So benign, and that's what's scary. I think that's what you're touching on. Everything just seems so matter of fact, as this like terrible thing is happening in this chapel. Like there are bodies strewn, but these conversations are so interesting, and you're unnerved by it. It's completely unnerving. So wedding bells or funeral bells will be tolling soon. So we'll see what happens.
It's kind of like his Mr. Miracle, where they're talking about remodeling the condo, but really they're fighting this war with Darkseid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how they're going to get married next issue. I don't understand it. They better, but I don't get it. All right.
Justice League #2, hot off the heels of Justice League #1. I love this book.
This is Scott Snyder. This is the guy that I can't stop thinking about. He just did a live Facebook Live thing for retailers yesterday, and I watched that, and I am totally psyched for his mega story, his year-and-a-half opus that he has planned with all the other Justice League writers, what he has planned for the Legion of Doom, what he has planned for all of this, and the big crescendo of bringing back these guys. Like, seriously, these guys are coming back, and hopefully he teased at doing some Dark Knight mashup evil ones that he didn't do before. And I remember reading that he had a Zatanna Batman plan, but couldn't work it in. So I'm excited.
What would the That's what's Batman backwards?
Bata?
Yeah,
No.
I want that one.
So anyway, this is a great story. Marsh Manhunter versus Lex Luthor is just I don't know. That's the perfect thing, because you're always Lex Luthor, Superman, Lex Luthor, Superman. Lex Luthor versus Martian Manhunter, Justice versus Doom, Justice versus Chaos, the natural order, which is, there's no justice in the natural world. There's just survival of the fittest, and that's what the Legion of Doom represents. That's what Luthor is representing, and Martian Manhunter is representing justice, order, the rule of law, all things that make civilization civilized, and they're fighting head to head. And who knows who's gonna win.
And if you don't want any of that high-minded stuff, Martian Manhunter is just a fucking badass. Like, he's so cool.
We don't say the F word on this video.
God damn it.
All right, moving on. Man of Steel 4, 2 more issues left. It finally sunk up with the story in Action Comics 1000 in this issue. And I'm in for a penny and for a pound now. Bring on Bendis, I'm ready. Give me that ridiculous nuclear man, whatever it is.
Okay.
And then finally, the second part is out now. This is a beautiful, beautiful story, beautifully drawn. It's unlike anything else on the stands with Batman. I mean, obviously it's foreign, but it's very well received, and it's finally out. The second part.
Don't drag your feet. Don't think, oh, I'll get it next week. Get it now. The first one sold out, went into the second printing,
and you had to wait.
Months.
You had to wait months between the first and second printing. So don't do that. We ordered it heavier. Like, obviously we're not idiots, but your store might not have.
Don't do it.
So if you got Volume 1 and you know Volume 2 is out now, get it. Just freaking get it. You'll thank yourself. Jeff Lemire, Rizzo on art, who from 100 Bullets and all that. I love Jeff Lemire. I love his just how he makes characters feel real. And Hit Girl is a character that is so surreal. Like, she has the flashbacks of her dad and all this stuff, but I don't really connect with her. And because she doesn't stop moving. This slows her the F down, and she's in Canada, because, I mean, that's what Jeff Lemire, I just imagine it. Mark Millar's like, hey, Jeff, can you write a Hit Girl miniseries for me? And he's like, can it be in Canada? I live in Canada. I love Canada. Can it be in Canada? He's like, all right, but can there be a bear? Okay, cool.
I mean, who doesn't like Canada? They're going to pass legal marijuana.
I don't care about that. I need it here. But anyway, this was a great first issue, and Jeff Lemire's arc is unlike anything that has come before for Hit Girl.
Mm-hmm. Shanghai Red #1. I think this is going to be like the sleeper hit of the week. If you have it, you see it on the shelves, pick it up. It is, you know, being Shanghai, being whisked away, living a life of servitude for like 2 years, and once those 2 years are up, you're free to go. But
I'm on a boat.
Yes, on the boat. But other people have designs. Those designs take a turn. There's a big reveal about the character. I think this is really smart because it's a, like I said, it's a sleeper hit. It's going to be a slow burn. It is a very dense book, but the art is gorgeous. I think the story is going to be really cool. It's a story about revenge and getting what is due to people who have wronged you. It's a tale of two cities on a boat.
And Sabella is an up-and-coming writer. He's written other things, but he's currently writing Harley Quinn, and I'm more excited for his Crowded book about crowdsourcing assassinations and hits. Mm. But he could be the next big thing. He could be the next Donny Cates. So having said that, buy it, bag it up, speculate on it.
Rick and Morty, Crumbopulous Michael special.
He likes killing.
He loves killing.
And he has no ethics about it. He'll kill dogs, kids, he doesn't care.
Grandmothers, grandsons, like he'll even kill your best friend. How many times do you think
he asked Rick in this issue if he could kill Morty?
I lost track.
Like it could be a drinking game, we would be alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. I mean, you, maybe. I'm a homosexual with genetic stronger tendencies, but whatever.
If you like Rick and Morty, you will love this one-shot. And it is just a one-shot. It's an exercise, single-issue story that I want to say gives more depth to this character, but the character really doesn't have much depth.
No.
It's just hilarious. You get his secret origin, which is also hilarious. And again, if you like Rick and Morty, you should get this issue. And the next one is, what was it? Sleepy Gary.
It's Sleepy Gary.
And then I read that the one after that is Pickle Rick.
No.
Yes, Sleepy Gary's in September, Pickle Rick's in November. So get them.
I know nothing about those. Here you go.
All right, regular show, 25 years later. If you liked regular show, you need this. If you don't like regular show, never watch regular show, don't get it, because obviously it's not going to mean anything to you really, because you don't really have the best of taste. But
okay,
imagine this. What if there was a cartoon show you watched, and it was about two ne'er-do-wells that were slackers and never really got together, and I told you, and that show's been canceled. It's done. And I told you there was a comic book about those characters 25 years later trying to be respectable parents and having a midlife crisis and wanting those shenanigans back, wanting those adventures back, and would do anything to get them back. Would that interest you?
Not yet, but I haven't turned 40 and I don't have 2 kids.
Damn it. So anyway, this is seriously the characters you love from the show, if you love the show, 25 years later, with beards and mustaches, wanting to prove themselves that they're not still screw-ups, but wanting to have adventures that they haven't had for years because they have to be respectable parents, and then everything goes to total crap in just one issue. And it's like It's a Wonderful Life, basically.
Do they open a boutique comic book store and run it for over 10 years?
No, it's not that on the nose.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
I
Final
get the fancy
thing.
one.
Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia, out this week. This is the $40 hardcover one. It's huge. If you like Zelda, you'll want it. But if you have more than $40,
if you have $80, you can get the one that looks...
the limited edition.
It's gorgeous, even with gold leafing. Like, it is...
The slipcase is like one of the Nintendo cases. It really is hard plastic like the Nintendo case. It comes out like that. You could blow on it. Gold leaf trim, gold cover. If you like Zelda, this is the ultimate Zelda thing, or the ultimate Zelda gift for a Zelda fan that you really like and want to spend money on.
Now, they came out with Hyrule Historia a couple years ago that flew off the shelves, went into second printings, but the limited one, the leather one,
they're not going back.
They don't go back. if you see it in a store, if you love Zelda, if everything you own is decked out in a Deku tree or some type of like light arrow, pick this up. Don't do what you're gonna do, which is say, I'll get it later, and then you can't get it later because they only made like 250 copies of them.
It might have been 500, I don't know.
Close enough.
But here's 2 things you don't do. 1, don't ask us to hold it for you. Either buy it or don't. And second, I'm no gatekeeper of pop culture. I'm not like the guy that's like, you're a fake geek. You're all real geeks in my eyes, you know, whatever. It's all good. But can you really say again that you're Zelda's biggest fan if you didn't buy this?
Nope, the answer is no.
Other fans bigger than you did buy it? Think about that. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Later.